Well, let's talk about it then. Nah, that ain't the energy I'm on. Welcome to Reality is Undefeated. I'm Ant Gatewood. Thank you for tuning in. I do want to respond to this comment right here, though. This comment that says they are not committing armed robberies to get out the hood, LOL. And that may not be the case today. Like I said, social media has helped out a lot as far as giving people in the hood vision. But that was for sure the case back when I was coming up. Armed robberies were committed for less. Not only was armed robbery something that people saw as a way of getting out, but also drug dealing, pimping, prostitution, home invasions. And that's exactly the point I was making as one of the reasons of why I hate the hood. Because it makes people see that type of route as being plausible when it's not. But when you're closed-minded, and you could take any of these mentalities, hood, racist, sexist, biggest, and boil them down to being closed-minded, you don't consider a lot of possibilities. So while we may look from the outside and say, that's not why they're doing it, it's for sure a route from the inside. And it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing to be closed-minded. It's a dangerous thing to not be receptive to new information. It's a dangerous thing to not take other options into consideration. It costs many people in the hood their freedom, and in some cases cost them their lives. When you tell someone they could be anything they want to be, but they don't believe it because their mind isn't open to the possibility, that lack of belief in one's own capabilities can be debilitating on its own. I mean, why else would someone take penitentiary chances to achieve something that's achievable by other routes? The answer is simple. They don't believe they can achieve it. It's mentality. I'd rather rob than get a job. Don't insult me. As Eastside Johnny so eloquently stated. That's a sentiment shared by many. And you can see it play out every night on the news or social media from security and doorbell cameras across the nation. But that's partly our fault. Our meaning hood folks, because we relegated ourselves to those options. There's a lot of opportunities that exist that we don't see as opportunities. And because of that, we don't recognize when the opportunity is in front of us. We don't know what that career entails. We don't know what it pays. We don't know anything other than that's not what we see ourselves doing. We ignore it because it don't have a sexy name. Come in a shiny package. Come with the bells and whistles. Then 10 years down the line, we find ourselves in an Amazon warehouse complaining about the hours, find ourselves doing DoorDash, complaining about people not tipping, wanting to grab their food and bring it back with us. Now we want to ask ourselves what we doing with our lives. Now we want to talk about school. Now we want to look at careers. Now we want to, hey bro, how you get into that? Now we want to do that. That's why every year you see these trending professions where everybody you ask, oh, I'm doing real estate. Sound like a damn echo. I got my CDL. As if it's something new. No, these professions, these opportunities been there. We just didn't look at it as an opportunity back then. But we could have been that. We could have been had that. There's people in their 30s and 40s still trying to pursue a rap career. That shit's over, bruh. Make something of yourself. There are real deal careers out here that we are bypassing because we have been finessed into believing that getting up and going to work, providing a needed service for a livable wage is a bad thing. Right now, we need people in STEM fields. Are we pushing that? Do y'all know how much money the federal government has just pumped into rebuilding the infrastructure? That's a bipartisan bill. There are many people who are going to make well over $100,000 every year for damn near the next decade. Many companies that are going to make millions of dollars because of that. But we're going to miss out on that because we're going to brush it off because we can't say out the gate that it's my company, my LLC, I'm an entrepreneur. So we don't want nothing to do with it. But how do we get black-owned companies in these fields if experience is required to go into business in these fields and we don't want to work to get the experience? Never mind build the relationships that need to be established with potential customers and suppliers. And yeah, you could find a black face to put in every position and say, Anthony, what are you talking about? We do that. Yeah, but do we have 14 per every 100 in that position? Does the percentage of black faces in that position mirror the percentage of black faces in this country? Or is it 1 per 100? We need more pilots, crane operators, aircraft mechanics, all the positions that other groups rush to fill. Right now, myself and so many others are trying to get young brothers into the trades because we know that 65 to 70% of the tradesmen are going to be retiring within the next 5 to 7 years. Damn near every person I associate with in these committees I'm involved in are only a few years away from retirement themselves. Grooming myself and others to lead these committees over the next couple decades. I just got a message from one of my mentors the other day telling me to come to this meeting for this political action committee because he wants me to be more involved in politics, because he knows I'm full of ideas, and he knows that every politician that runs for office in the state of Nevada has to come through our union hall to garner the support they're going to need to get over the hump. And he wants me to build a relationship with the people that are going to be able to provide backing for those ideas. But obviously, my ideas are for us, by us, but that's besides the point. The point is, every opportunity that we ignore and we don't take, someone from a different community will. And that's going to leave us asking ourselves, why are they building so quickly and we're not? That leaves us complaining about the busloads of migrants showing up in our cities. I just seen an interview with one of the black mayors. I don't know if it was New York or Chicago because I watched interviews with both of them back to back. But they were saying how they wouldn't mind the migrants being there if they could work, if the federal government would allow them to work. And what's going to happen if the Fed allows that? You're going to have a bunch of us complaining about them taking the positions that were only open in the first place because we never wanted them, because we never saw it as an opportunity. And it's not too late. Just stop wasting time. It doesn't matter if it takes something 3, 5, or 8 years to become that. Where do you want to be in those years? Do you want to be doing that for a living? Enjoying the financial freedom that has created? Enjoying the freedom of being valuable around the entire world? Or do you want to be regretting what you should have done 3, 5, 8 years ago? All I'm saying is open your mind. Open your mind to every possibility because there's a lot out there.